Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 this Tuesday, February 3rd, and we're looking at the market, which has been in an absolute free fall here. Elevator down day, guy. That's what it is, an elevator down day. So we started off on the ES. We traded up on the upper edges of the range. I'm just going to show you the F1 because we were trading up here on the F1. Everything looked pretty good. Had a shot at retesting the highs. We were looking at potential failure to take out the highs and then potential rotation down to 69.50. Kind of what was the expectation if they started failing. If they start taking out that 69.90 area, then we're going to shift or take off the long bias and go back more range bound. And look at that thing. Not even did they run down to the attractor. They overshot it, but twice down to the lower end of the range. And now they're retracing right back up again. So today has been one of those days you can certainly crush your account or get yourself in trouble a few times. Volatility has been off the charts. The rotation's been crazy. It's been very difficult to get in and stick with the trade. So I just took a couple of trades on the Nasdaq and I kind of stopped after that. You see both the ES and Nasdaq right now is retracing back up again, but man, that has been a brutal rotation down. You see the ES on the F2, they took it all the way down, almost down here to the 68.80, all the way down here in K2 o'clock hour. That's when the shift changes, and that's usually when you get a rotational shift after that 2 o'clock hour, potential change in direction. And yeah, we did. It was a nice pop and then slop, and then it looked like at least the direction change happened at this point. Then with the Nasdaq, but look at this grind going into that 2 o'clock hour. There was like a non-stop grind. They just you try to get long on this one here, step in front of it, you would just run over and over again. So that's very ugly stuff. I kept 3 trades total, $23 is all I got. I mean, I got shaken out twice. I got a little bit out of one trade, and I said, yeah, this is not gonna work. So kind of stopped trading it. You can see when you stop, it's at super close. Everything. These bars are huge, so I just figured I'm not going to be too aggressive on it. Same story as also the when the volume picks up, the chart starts lagging a bit. It's like that just tells you how much volume is coming through. And when that starts happening, I just kind of sit on the sidelines for a bit. But anyways, right now we're getting into the last half hour. Looks like we're retracing, so a nice little move to the upside. We'll take that, and just kind of have to hold on to the gains here and see how far they can take it. But oh, hold on to the gains. If you had gains, if you were in a position, but at this point, they look like they're at least heading back up towards retracing these G prints. If they get back past those G prints and back up towards the 69.50s, they may be starting off range bound. We'll have to see how they actually ends up closing. If they close below, well, it's anyone's guess here, but if they close below, I would say that M print here at the 69.10. I would stay on the short side. If they close above it, that would probably be range bound. On the Nasdaq, that imprint is down here at the 330, 300s. So I'm going to adjust this edge a little bit. But they close below that imprint, then we'll have to start on the downward bias. But Nasdaq is a little bit weaker. I would say that Nasdaq had to get past up towards that 600. So they have got the ways to go yet, I would say. So the ES is pretty close to the attractor. Nasdaq is a bit to go. I would give Nasdaq had to get up above that 470s before I really change before I start off range bound. Skip that thing, the M print. This one is way too weak. So, and this CFG three-letter edge, if they close above it, we'll start off range bound. If they close at or below it, we'll start with a bias to the downside on the Nasdaq. So that's how we get started. Man, that looks pretty darn ugly. So a rough trading day for sure. Bond market hasn't done much on that guy. I was looking at the potential trade. That was over here at this level at 23s, but I was actually holding out for another print higher to the 24s. It never happened. They just kind of stalled there and then they backed off. Now they're back up there again. So wouldn't have been a big trade either way. So I just kind of had to hold on to it. But yeah, but that I was eyeing that thing for a bit, but I was hoping for the 24s. If that ticked up there and stalled for a bit, may have to click in an order. But right now, nothing. So bond market just range bound, maybe to the upside, but pretty much range bound still. No trades there for me today, but just a few Nasdaq trades early on here, and I just realized how sloppy it is and how choppy it is. Now it's tradable for sure. Yes, it just the volatility yet make it really difficult to stick with a trade unless you let your stop trail quite a bit. Because I mean, these little rotations you see here, when it starts taking that lower, you at 295, then they swing it back up to that 320, so like 25, almost 25 to 30 points reversal, and that barely looks like anything. So if your stop is 100 ticks, that would be barely making it. So that's how big the stops have to be, or even bigger. So I traded with an 80 tick stop. So like, okay, that's just not good. A 40 tick break even spot is that break even shakeout every time. So yes, I decided not to keep going on it. Alrighty, guys, but that's pretty much where we're at. So we'll leave it there for now. And so a few trades on the Nasdaq, nothing on the ES, nothing on the bonds. And we'll leave it there. I'll see you guys back in the morning. Now, news for tomorrow morning. We do have some news. We get at 8:30. We get Treasury refunding. We have the ADP report in the morning. ISM services and PMI composite coming out as well. We'll see what comes out because they have this government shutdown in progress still. Which sound? What the fuck? No sound. I got sound. You got sound? You hear me? No? No sound? Yeah, you hear me, huh? Yeah, you okay, Gary? You hear me? Good. And my mic is on, looks like it, so it's just swearing in the mic here now. What the hell? Yeah. So yeah, no, I got sound. So anyway, so we'll wrap it there for now, guys. And I will see you back at bright and early in the morning and go at this again and see if we get the less crazy day. So we'll leave it there for now. Alrighty, guys. See you in the morning. Later.